welcome to Uncommon Sense, the Uncommon Sense podcast. I am Jay Howard, along with Big Brother Mo Better, Michael B. Right, Michael B. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fairly million pot cloudy there. Rock.
Fairly, middly, partly cloud.
Fairly million pot cloudy.
Well, you know, man. First things first. First
Yes,
things
sir.
first. We got to do it right here. We got to do it right here on the Uncommon Sense podcast.
Happy birthday to ya.
Watch out there.
Happy birthday
What?
to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday
Michael
to
B. Right.
ya.
Happy birthday, brother.
Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday to ya.
Ah,
Happy
appreciate you there,
birthday.
my brother.
I just never understood.
Yeah, happy birthday. 55.
Double nickel.
Double knuckle.
Double nickel.
Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday.
Oh, man, it was live in living color down, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, man, just a good day to be alive, man. Thank God to life, health, and strength, man. Family did a wonderful job. The baby girl did her thing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So it was, hey, man.
All right, Sister K, what's happening?
Life is life. You know what I'm saying? Life
Life,
is life. You
life
know.
be life. Well, again, my brother, happy birthday.
Appreciate you, that play. It means a lot to me, you know, to be
Yes, sir.
on this side of
Yes.
the dirt.
Of the dirt, of the dirt, of the dirt.
Good to
Speaking
be
of dirt,
seen in that, man. Seen in that view. You know what I'm saying? Good to be seen in that view.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you know, man, as we start off, we're gonna start off with the black experience.
The only way to do it.
And as we start off with the black experience, I think it's gonna set up how we gonna roll tonight. You know, how we gonna go.
All right.
Because you taught me something, brother. You taught me, you got to go to the origin of a thing
Hold on.
in order to get the whole matter of the thing. You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
let you, boy.
Here we go. Here we go. The black experience right here on Uncommon Sense. Here is the Black history experience that could not be erased. The name Willie Lynch is often connected to a controversial speech known as the Willie Lynch Letter. According to the story, Lynch was a slave owner from the West Indies who was invited to the colony of Virginia in 1712 to teach plantation owners how to control enslaved Africans. The speech described psychological methods to divide enslaved people by age, skin color, gender, and status, so they would distrust each other rather than unite against slavery. This Black history experience reminds us of an important lesson. When people are divided, they are easier to control. But when people understand their history and stand together, they reclaim their power. Because knowing the truth about the past helps shape a stronger future. And that's the Black history experience right here on Uncommon Sense podcast, my brother.
That's
And
it, man.
and speaking of Willie Lynch, Willie Lynch, he taught them how to, divide the slaves up and how to divide and conquer them.
Mhm.
You know, and we just had a episode this weekend, I guess you could
You said episode.
episode.
That's what you gonna call it.
That's what I'm gonna call it, brother.
Episode. Okay, well, let's talk about the
Episode,
episode.
episode.
Yeah,
Because, brother,
yeah.
well, what's the difference between fast and boycott?
I,
I'm
well, one requires, fasting from something. The boycott is, some of the economics. So I'm trying to see exactly what they're trying to merge here.
mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Well, we got on our platform and we apologized and we said that we meant the fast and not the boycott. But when you made the announcement, you said boycott and fast all in the same breath.
Uh,
And then you tried to end the whole campaign.
Sounds like to me, somebody know they talking about.
All right, well, let's go to the beautiful bean footage first. Let's go here.
Let's check it out first.
Let's check it out.
It's been a year and I'm grateful. They didn't think we could do it, but we did. History has just been made. The most effective and powerful boycott by Black people since the Montgomery bus boycott 70 years ago. We asked for 4 things, and I'm grateful to God that we've got 3 of them. They have invested $2 billion back into the Black community as they pledged after the death of George Floyd. On top of the $2 billion, an additional $100 million to immediate organizations that are meeting the needs within our community. Number 2, we asked them to partner with HBCUs. They have found, and we have found collectively, one that will do our pilot program with 12 other HBCUs to follow. Number 3, a reimagining of DEI. It's been a rough year for our community. 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs, and this is the highest unemployment for our people in years. The only thing that we didn't get accomplished, but we're still working towards, is an investment in the Black banks. And I'm believing by grace, it's going to get done. This new CEO has come handling business, and I'm glad to walk with him. The immediate target with fast has come to an end. We claim victory. We're grateful. Go in or stay out. But I'm grateful unto God. It's over.
There we go. There we go. There we go right there, Brother Right.
So where would you like to begin?
So, what's your take, man? What's your take on that?
Man, my take on it has always been the same. Jamal Bryant has always done this with all things, which is hijack a moment. Again, when the original idea of a fast or this boycott came up with Target, and then to lose the whole dynamic of it over the course of time, individuals got involved. They had no clue as to what this thing was all about.
Mm-hmm.
Now you had again Jamal Bryant come around the pike. I'm not going to say exactly what I feel as far as what may happen behind closed doors, but I am going to say maybe it's not as clean as Jamal Bryant might try to put it out there. And at the end of the day, even the ask that he was saying that we got, uh, Target can't deliver that. Target can't deliver, again, talking about dollars into Black banks. Target can't deliver that. So again, certain acts he was asking in this little thing, that's not deliverable that Target can do. So trying to merge those with this quote unquote Target boycott had nothing to do with it.
Right.
And even this quote unquote reimagining DEI. DEI was again a federal initiative. They had nothing to do with Target itself. So I mean, when you're looking at all the nuances, the twists, the turns, and the curves in this road, it's like, man, how did you get here?
Right.
But as far as Jamal Bryant is concerned, based on what may have transpired behind closed doors, yeah, the boycott is over.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Based on what he may have received, yeah, maybe.
Right. Right. We
Yeah.
got a little static here, brother. Brother, I'm trying to work it out here.
Okay.
Trying to see what the static is all about here. So let's do this. Let's go to the next beautiful beam footage to see if we can work this out.
All right. That's
Yes, sir.
Because you and I had a conversation about this very thing. And I told you at the time that Jamal, Tamika, and Nina are not credible.
Okay.
That is why I would not join the national coalition that you wanted to form in the middle of all of this.
No,
Because
you
we
and I had a
tried to
conversation.
work with them.
You and I had a
We tried,
conversation.
but we had a text or email.
Right. No.
The point is,
No, I'm gonna say what it
I
is.
said to you that they're not credible, and they're not.
No, I'm gonna say what it is.
even
Hold
for
on, one
Nina
second.
and-
One second. I'm
even for
gonna
Nina
hold
and
on one
Tamika
second.
to
Nakima.
stand with this man in Washington trying to call for an end to the boycott. Now they're trying to save face, talking about they're still in it. We don't need you in it. Go find something else to do with your time that doesn't involve confusing Black America at a time like this. How can you stand with this man in Washington, then turn around and say, oh, I'm still boycotting. Oh, my organization. No, you made a choice, and so did we.
So I'll say
I'm
this.
just
So
not here
again,
for any of it.
so
I'm not
so
here
for the
for it.
purpose of the audience, when there was the meeting that with Reverend Al Sharpton and the CEO of Target, the former CEO of Target, and Pastor Jamal Bryant and others in April, then there was a whole lot of back and forth. That's when you and I talked, and I texted because one, I was asking what communication was taking place between y'all. That's when you said you did not want to work with them. That took place in April of 2025. So what I am,
Yeah,
so,
and I told you why. I said
no,
I
I
tried
got
to
you.
work with them,
I
and
got
they
you.
don't have integrity, Roland. And,
I got
and
you.
as you just saw this week, that is a clear example of them not having integrity.
So I'm asking you
Why
this.
would Tamika and Nina show up in Washington when this man's agenda was to call for an end to the boycott? Now they're backtracking, claiming the boycott is still on. We don't need this kind of confusion in our community. They can, if they have all this organizing prowess that they claim, then prove it and show us what else you can do. We don't need their help with the Target boycott, obviously. And if the Target boycott wasn't successful, you wouldn't have a divide and conquer strategy where they're sitting here meeting with white leadership from Target, calling for an end to the boycott and nothing to show for our community.
So the question,
it's a bunch of garbage.
So I'm gonna go
and
back.
It's not from serious. Serious people don't do things like this.
And I'm gonna go back to the
They
original.
don't. Because you and I had a conversation about this very thing. And I told you at the time that Jamal, Tamika, and Nina are not credible.
Okay.
That is why I would not join the national coalition that you wanted to form in the middle of all of this.
No, you and I had a conversation. You and I had a conversation.
Well, we had a text or email.
Right. No. No, I'm gonna say what it is.
I said to you that they're not credible, and they're not.
No, I'm gonna say what it is. Hold on, one second. One second. I'm gonna hold on 1 second. Nakima.
Stand with this man in Washington trying to call for an end to the boycott. Now they're trying to save face, talking about they're still in it. We don't need you in it. Go find something else to do with your time that doesn't involve confusing Black America at a time like this. How can you stand with this man in Washington, then turn around and say, oh, I'm still boycotting. Oh, my organization. No, you made a choice, and so did we.
So I'll say this. So again,
for any of it.
So for the purpose of the audience, when there was the meeting that with Reverend Al Sharpton and the CEO of Target, the former CEO of Target, and Pastor Jamal Bryant and others in April, then there was a whole lot of back and forth. That's when you and I talked, and I texted because one, I was asking what communication was taking place between y'all. That's when you said you did not want to work with them. That took place in April of 2025. So what I am,
and I told you why. I said
I got you.
Work with them, and they don't have integrity, Roland. And as you just saw this week, that is a clear example of them not having integrity.
So I'm asking you this.
Why would Tamika and Nina show up in Washington when this man's agenda was to call for an end to the boycott? Now they're backtracking, claiming the boycott is still on. We don't need this kind of confusion in our community. They can, if they have all this organizing prowess that they claim, then prove it and show us what else you can do. We don't need their help with the Target boycott, obviously. And if the Target boycott wasn't successful, you wouldn't have a divide and conquer strategy where they're sitting here meeting with white leadership from Target, calling for an end to the boycott and nothing to show for our community.
So the question,
it's a bunch of garbage.
So I'm gonna go
and
back.
It's not from serious. Serious people don't do things like this.
And I'm gonna go back to the
they
original.
Don't. Green, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Now, getting these technical difficulties. Man,
It's the devil.
it's the
The,
devil.
the devil that got into to the airways, and he messing with you.
But that's all right. We gonna win. We gonna win, my brother.
Devil.
We gonna
And
win.
you were saying, sir.
Now, what I was saying,
Yeah,
it
repeat.
looks like we got three separate organizations
Mhm.
that's trying to lay hold on the Target boycott.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
got one, okay. The first organization, of course, we heard about earlier
hmm
in the year
hmm
about the National Baptist Convention when they
That
met with Target, right?
that one, yes, sir.
And they got about $33,000 out of the deal.
That one, yes, sir.
And then, you know, Jamal and also Roland, they was all hot about it and this and that.
Yes, sir.
Now it seems like now with everything that came about,
hmm
now we found out there was an original organizer of the boycott.
Yes, sir.
And this had been going on years before this come about.
hmm
And then all of a sudden Jamal comes in, right?
hmm
He comes in. He starts going on this fast.
hmm
Then once he goes on this fast, then all of a sudden him and Al Sharpton meets with the new CEO of Target.
hmm
And then after that, it's like, okay, the boycott and the fast is over with.
hmm
So we got three separate groups trying to come at one organization or one. But this is my thing that, Roland is saying, well, the problem is that we hadn't heard from Target. Well, you ain't gonna hear from Target.
Right.
Why would you hear from Target when you got three separate organizations fighting with each other? Who's gonna be the one that's gonna win this quote unquote boycott?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. So again, this is the whole goes back to the main thing.
right.
Number one, what was the end game? I mean,
Yeah,
this is where it always gets tripped up, and get convoluted over time, and then the more hand gets in the pot, the more trouble you're gonna have with it.
hmm,
Now, the sister that started back in Minneapolis, where this thing actually originated,
right,
and all that good stuff. Of course, it originated with George Ford.
right,
Target said it was going to contribute a certain amount of dollars to the black community. Da 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 da.
right.
All right. So then that became convoluted with again
Hmm.
the DEI initiatives and all that good stuff. So that's when the major threats came. But again, that was done in Minneapolis, dealing with a situation because Target is its headquarters there.
Right,
Well, just like with everything, man, people thought it was a hot button.
right,
And so, like you're saying, the players came to play.
right,
Yeah,
right,
Sharp, this is Jamal
right,
Bryant's okay. Here we
right,
go.
right, right. Here we
So
go.
you got that going. Now, the thing that was mentioned, like it always is, Roland was trying to, again to make this a national quote unquote coalition. Well, the problem with that was when you have all these individuals who are trying to be chiefs in this particular tribe,
Mm, mm,
you're gonna have a problem, player. And so that's the problem because since the lead dog couldn't be the lead dog,
right.
then you get the splinters.
Mm,
That's
my
what you
mind.
had. That you got the splinters. And so then when all the stuff stopped running down the pike, and again, I I don't mean to speak ill about anybody. That's not my job.
Right,
You make your own judgment based on what you see.
right.
But I'm simply telling you this: there are certain individuals who thrive off of drama. They thrive off of some kind of controversy because that's the only thing that attracts you to them. You have nothing else to say, and so they look for controversy. They look for it's just like Ken Nugent when he first got started. We called that guy right the crash lawyer.
Yep, yep.
Chasing car crashes. I mean,
Hmm.
one call, that's all.
That's
That was
yeah.
him.
That was
This
him.
nigga built his company behind that. One
Right,
call, that's all.
right.
And so you have these other individuals. They're the same. They the same way. One trouble,
Mm,
that's all. They just run to the trouble, and that's their claim to fame. So back to the whole drama situation.
hmm.
Individuals jumped on it because it was a hot button.
Right.
And then and you saw how an individual began to capture the moment here in ATL when you
Right.
start having sermons on this, you start having WSB to
Mhm.
come to your church, all
Mhm.
that good stuff. You
Mhm.
saw
Mhm.
how it was being planted. I knew it
Mhm.
was going to happen. So
Right.
then when they slid on in there,
Right.
and all of a sudden they're coming out and doing all these dynamics. This is why you got that.
Right.
And so yeah, you had Jamal Bryant because the sister stated Jamal Bryant individuals were having these offshoot meetings with Target. And since they did not have any clear, again, strategy, and you can hear it in what Jamal said,
Mhm. Mhm.
when you're asking Target for deliverables that Target cannot deliver,
Right.
and Target knows that. When
Knows it.
you asking about banks and you asking about HBCUs, Target can't deliver that,
No.
and Target won't deliver that
Won't deliver it.
because you asking that entity that corporation to basically make the African American community or the black community is in all be all.
Mm-mm.
It's not gonna happen,
Not
player.
gonna happen.
So they know it's not deliverable. They know that's not gonna happen. And so yeah, it was a situation where, what can we give you in this space,
Mhm.
to kind of ease things open.
Right. 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 Right.
Right. And so the next thing you know, the fast is over. I thank God for the grace that He has given us. Didn't come to speech. Then after the backlash happens, then I am so sorry for
So
the confusion
sorry.
for the confusion I've caused. So this Negro, and I'm just saying, you make your own call, but this cat has no dog in the fight. He has no like the young lady said that she said it. I didn't. Has no credibility.
Right.
He-
Right.
it shows in just this flip flop situation right here, man.
Because if you was gonna have a press conference, right, you gonna have a press conference with Target at the table with you
That makes sense, don't
to when they're there at the table. They gonna state for themselves what the offer was to you and
it? Yeah,
what the deliverables will be and when they're going to deliver them.
that part
But then you should have had the sister also at the table
can't do that.
at the negotiations because for
Can't do
one, you trying to go around the system.
exactly
Yeah.
because you
Because you
can't.
couldn't have the press conference in Minneapolis. You couldn't have it there.
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
You had to have it in DC.
mm-mm. DC. Mm-mm. Because again, bruh, if I bring a person to the table
Hmm.
that does not have my particular interests at heart,
At heart.
then they gonna cut into my game.
Yep.
You got what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah.
I don't bring people into the room that
Mhm.
can again call my butt out because again, if you would have had that sister and Jamal Bryant in the same room, oh, it would
Oh,
have
mm-mm,
been,
mm-mm,
bruh.
mm-mm,
I would want to
bruh.
be a fly on the wall just to see that right there, man.
Ooh,
I would be
yeah,
like,
bruh.
I would pay good money
Yes,
to see
sir. Yes, sir.
them two in the same
Them
room at the
two
same time.
go.
But see, again, this is a situation where you have individuals, and again, you make your own call. You
Right.
have a person who this is not your game, and I'm not trying to be funny.
Right.
Everybody wants to be a king.
Mm,
No, because King knew how to separate the two.
exactly.
He never merged the two. But these
Exactly.
cats are trying to make this thing one and the same, and it's not. When you're
No.
talking about economic justice and you're talking about
Hmm.
again economic empowerment, that's a different conversation.
Right.
And yes, God is involved in that, but that's a different kind of conversation that you need to understand the lingo and you need to understand again deliverables. You need to understand again the nuances of that conversation.
Mm,
And if that's not your flavor, I'm simply saying stick to what your flavor is. And
right.
Jamal Bryant is nothing but a motivational speaker.
Right. Right.
I- Say what you want to
Right.
say. I don't
Right.
really care. I'm 55 years old. I have a college degree. I can say whatever the hell I want to
Reverend,
say.
wait
I'm
a
trying to
minute.
show you, man. Look at some people need to stay in their lane. So I'm
Hmm.
simply saying, bro. if you are that,
Yes,
stay
sir.
there.
Stay there.
E- That's all I'm saying, man. And again, you have all these arguments, all these conversations,
Right.
but again, a Claude Anderson who have written books
Yes.
upon books
Yes.
upon books on
Yes.
this. This man has worked in that space. He's been in government. He's been in all these spaces that again your Roland Martins and your Jamal Bryants have not been in. You
Right.
haven't matriculated through that particular community. So
No, you haven't.
bring in somebody
Right.
who has that kind of expertise that can have a conversation with his CEO
Hmm.
that can give you really consistent, concise deliverables
That's right.
and then call it a day.
Call it a day
That,
then.
but to come and tell me something you thank God for grace, bruh.
Come on now.
No, no,
No,
no,
no,
no.
no,
Don't see now
no.
you pulling God in this. See,
Yeah.
see. But
Mm.
anyway, like I said, you pick the dog you wanted to fight. I really don't care. But at the end of the day, this is what you're going to have consistently when you have individuals where you don't have a vested interest in this. You have your own
Right.
personal agenda,
Right.
and as long as you get your check, you happy. You know, as long as you get
Right.
your day in the fame, you happy.
You happy.
Okay, well
Right.
then get it somewhere else. You know, do it in your church.
Because
Just
then you tried to say that you running the same playbook that King ran.
not even
No,
close.
you're not. You're not even
Not
close to that.
yeah, not even close.
Because
Not even close.
then you gonna go for Target trying to go to Dollar General.
And where did that go?
Nowhere.
Okay,
And you dropped that because you wasn't getting any you wasn't getting any play there.
no play at all.
So you dropped that and you came back to Target.
Because here's the thing, man. The only reason why Target was getting any kind of pull
Right.
is because of those sisters in Minneapolis.
In Minneapolis.
Those cats was the one that, and cadettes, I should say, those are the ones, man, that were getting the thrust behind it, pushing and pulling that, man. They were the one that got the fire started.
Right.
You just
Right.
hijacked the moment. That's
Mm.
why, again, like you said, Dollar General ain't go nowhere.
No.
Because at the end of the day, man, you got to have again, what's your deliverables?
Right.
What's the argument here that you're calling for all
Right.
these dynamics? And to try to pump off a dollar, a dollar general fight with a target fight makes no sense at all.
No sense at all, brother. None
Bec-
at all.
because I'm still coming back to my same question, bro. No matter if you extract these dollars from Target, if you extract these dollars from Walmart
Mm-hmm.
or dollar, pick one.
Pick one.
I'm simply saying, are those dollars being redirected
Mm-hmm.
back into the black community? How?
Right.
How? I just want to ask somebody in the group. Show me how much money that was taken from Target
Right.
per se that was now redirected back into black businesses that were at Target or whatever that gained that kind of business.
Right. Exactly.
So if the money that you pulled from Target did not go back into the black businesses that you're saying were now put at a disadvantage because of DEI, then that means that money went somewhere else other than black community. So then what
Right. Where
help
did
did it
it
do?
go?
Yeah, what help did it do?
Yeah. What help did it do?
If you took it from Target and you put that sucker in Walmart, you just made Walmart more wealthier.
Right.
You put it in Amazon, you just made Jeff Bezos more wealthier.
And then you made the fight. You made the fight even with the sisters. You made the fight with DEI. DEI wasn't even for you.
No.
It wasn't for you. It's just that you jumped on the bandwagon because it was there, and we took advantage of it. But
Yeah.
most of the advantage was with to the Caucasian women and men.
Exactly.
So why are we fighting about DEI?
Because they don't know what DEI is. They don't know
But
what DEI
still,
is. Jay, again,
that's like,
the
brother,
air don't care. Jay, the air don't care who fight it. You still gonna lose.
you still gonna lose.
I mean, that's about the air don't care who fight it. You still gonna lose, and
That's
that's
just
the
like affirmative action.
yeah.
And
Same thing.
Dr. Claude Anderson even taught you, you don't want that. That ain't what you want.
And even King. in one of his last interviews, he
Right.
said, "I've led my people." He said, "I fear
Uh,
I've led my people into a burning house." That's what
exactly.
the man said. Okay,
Exactly.
and so like you're saying, man, if you study the numbers of statistics from DEI, it benefited white women.
Right.
Affirmative action benefit other minorities than blacks.
Exactly.
So what you gonna say? What you gonna do?
Right.
There was an interview back. An executive used to work for Coca-Cola. It was a female.
Mm-hmm.
She said one day, and this is how she said she knew we was a commodity then. She
Mm-hmm.
said one day the VP came into Coca-Cola. This was, you can pull up on you can Google on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Female Coke executive. She said the VP came in
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Today we're not selling to blacks anymore. We're selling to the African American community." And she said
Mm.
everybody wrote it down. And then she said her white counterparts
Mm-hmm.
sitting on the side of this, they began to snicker and said they don't know who they are.
Ooh. Mm.
And the sister said she didn't know what to say.
Wow.
And this was an executive with Coke saying that one day the VP came in and said we're no longer selling to blacks, we're selling to African Americans. And they wrote it down and said, okay.
They ran with
So,
it.
and ran with it because that's what it is.
Right.
Because when they can change your label,
Mm.
then they can change what applies to you.
Right.
That's the whole point.
Yes.
And so if you're black, and if you look at the statistics, you're not a minority.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
Right. You're not.
if you're not a minority,
Mm-hmm.
then therefore a minority program does not apply to you.
Lie to you. Right.
So that's why when they can keep shifting up names and switching up labels and tagging it to you, they're showing you you're a commodity. You're something that we can shift around when we want to.
Because don't you find it interesting that even with all this hoopla,
Hmm.
especially for the weekend,
Hmm.
Target still has not come out and said one word.
Why do they have to?
They don't.
I'm saying, why do they have to?
They don't because, like you just said, they don't know who they are. They confuse themselves. They fighting against themselves. That's the Willie Lynch syndrome.
So, like I said, I don't care who fight it.
Right.
You still gonna lose.
You're still gonna lose.
Even with the previous CEO, he walks away with $15 million. You think? Do
Okay.
you think he cares about a
He
boycott?
don't care.
So I'm just saying, do you think he care about a boycott? Okay,
No.
okay.
He got 15 million in the bank.
Plus whatever else on,
So
on the
now if
books.
he so now if he got 15 million plus,
Hmm.
how much Target get?
That I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you, player. And so again, the 36,000 that they wrote to the National Baptist
Oh,
Convention.
that was like peanuts.
Okay, okay.
Peanuts.
But see, one thing, my father taught me a lot, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
But one thing I remember my dad teach me, he's saying, if you need 20
Yeah.
and you got two,
And got two.
it's almost as if you have nothing
Nothing.
because you need 20.
20.
So you're $18 short.
$18 short.
So that's the whole point of this thing here, man. If someone knows you need $1 billion and they give you $1, what do you have?
What do you have? What do you have?
Think about the amount of money that black churches spend with a Target or spend with a Walmart when you having all these souls and all that stuff. Think about the kind of economic engine black churches itself
Right.
are to these particular corporations, and you're gonna give me $30,000. And I know, I know that I've contributed way more than 30K.
30,000. Yeah. Yeah.
But see,
Even
they
in real estate alone.
player. I'm getting too young for this.
I know. I know.
But this is where you are.
Right.
And again, if you do not begin to have a conversation, bro, around these issues,
Hmm.
intelligent conversations,
Intelligent.
and those who have these platforms should have enough God in you, again, to talk about these things.
Right.
But if you're gonna put God on it, pull him in right. That's
Right.
all I'm saying,
Right.
bro.
Right. And be real about the conversation.
Exactly.
Really, what the conversation is really all about, and not this fluff here and
Exactly.
fluff there because you trying to hijack a moment to where you trying to be famous. No.
That's all you got.
Mm-mm.
Again, man, you have these adrenaline junkies. You have these individuals. Again, I'm throwing it out there now, but you make your own mind up,
Yeah.
okay? But
Yeah, you do.
you have these individuals who are adrenaline junkies. They're the individuals who just chase this, and this. Okay, by the end of the day, I'm simply asking folks who are doing that.
Right.
And at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
bump Jamal Bryant, okay? Bump
Right.
the interview, bump the
Right. Right.
apology,
Right.
bump all that. Bump
Right.
Roland Marlin, Roland,
Right.
bump all that. I'm simply saying what was the outcome when you put black and white down?
Right.
What was the benefit to the black community, even in the boycott that y'all say we had?
Mm-hmm.
I'm simply saying, show me on paper where
Paper.
that the money came from Target that y'all
Right.
said to extract from them. How did money make its way back into a black business or black businesses?
Right.
Show me on paper. So if you're not tracking this thing, if you don't have any kind of credibility saying that we pulled this amount of money from Target and we funneled it back into our community, see now you have a conversation.
Right. Right.
Now you're showing your community you have this kind of economic power. We know we are the number one consumer on the planet. We know that.
Right. If you can't show the receipts,
You, exactly, bruh. I'm trying to tell you
what good
what you
is
got.
it? What you got? Nothing but talk, 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 talk.
That's what I'm saying, man. So these people going like you're saying, Target has not said nothing because Target doesn't
Nothing.
have to say nothing.
No.
Y'all doing it to yourself with
Yeah.
your podcast and you go back and forth and you and your interviews. You're
Yeah.
doing it to yourself.
You
You understand?
fighting this one, that one fighting this one. Come on, man.
But it's because again, my thing is, and which one that I love about the fraternity that I'm
Mm-hmm.
in. I ain't gonna say no name. I ain't gonna say no name. You know, but the weather's showing you that that must be the best fraternity on the planet.
Well, I don't know
Shh,
now.
shh, 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 shh,
I
shh.
don't know now.
This is for argument purposes only. I'm trying to tell you.
You said
Look at
Roland was a party? What?
yeah, no, mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh,
I
I know you want to go there.
mm. What?
Shh. Don't let me start dropping names, boy.
Don't let me stop dropping names. Now, wait a minute.
I know, right? But anyway,
Yeah.
so when you're putting stuff on the table, man, one thing I like about when I was pledging,
Right.
we had this thing called the hot seat.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
again, I know you got preachers and everybody talking about fraternities and they're saying they idol worshipers. Dude, you can talk
Yeah.
about anything, you don't know what it is. I mean,
Right.
just anyway. But I go there later.
Yeah.
We had this thing called the hot seat when we was
Yes,
pledging.
sir.
And when a brother had an issue,
Mm-hmm.
they would sit you down in this chair, all
Yes,
of them,
sir.
and they
Mm-hmm.
would go around the room. And they would tell you exactly what's on their mind. And I mean they
Exactly.
with no filter,
Mm.
you know, with no Bible. It was just straight up, look at Negro, this is what we got with you. And they
What?
come at you.
Well, you call it the hot seat. We used to
Mhm.
call it the skull session.
Oh, look at
That's
how y'all
what we
gonna
had.
how y'all gonna change it, bro?
That's how we. That's what we have. And we locking the doors.
You're locking the door.
It's just us,
Mm,
and we ain't gonna come out until things
until
are
we,
resolved.
that's it.
That's
And
it.
so people were able to say what they need to say, but we
Yeah.
knew where it came from. You
Right.
know, this was a brother telling you what he saw, and if it wasn't true, then of course you could respond in kind. But it wasn't that you come to blows in here.
No.
Is you are intelligent, articulating what's going on,
Right.
and you come to like you said some kind of consensus, and you walk out as brothers.
Right. Right.
That's what we do.
Right.
Okay. So my simple thing is, if y'all are on the same team, then get in the same freaking room. And if you got to have a hot seat, have one. Tell
Right.
Jamal Bryant, boy, you're trash.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell him.
Just tell him, boy, you're
Tell
trash.
him.
Okay,
Or tell
if
him
you
like the sister say, you have no
you
credibility.
have no credibility, boy,
You say that.
say it.
Say it.
And again, if he is of the right kind of spirit, he'll receive it.
Right.
I mean, the book tells you if you got a problem with your brother, go to him.
Right. But when
So
you leave the room,
you leave as
you
brothers.
leave as one.
That's it. But see, you don't.
You don't have this divide and conquer out in public like you have it now.
That's why you know it's not real, man. I hate
Right.
to say it, but that's why
That's why
you know.
Target ain't said nothing.
Mm-mm.
They say, well, they destroying themselves, so why should we say anything?
When the Jewish community
Mm-hmm.
comes for business,
Right.
when the Anti-Defamation League comes for business, when
Right.
that one particular organization comes for business, it's
Mm-hmm.
not just the league,
Right.
it's the Jewish community.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the end of the day, bro, that's the difference.
Right.
So the moment they see the league coming, they know this is not just an organization. This is a freaking community that
Yeah.
if they get started,
Mm.
ain't nobody gonna win.
Ain't nobody gonna win.
Nobody.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No, nobody. So the best thing to do is get these folks what they want
Yeah.
and go home.
And go home.
That's the difference. When we come to the room, they know you have a Jamal Brown, you have an Al Sharpton, you have a Ben Crump, you have
Yep.
you have the NAACP. Pick one. You got all these hands coming into the room,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not the community
Right.
because it's been that way since the death of King and X and all them. It's been that way.
Been that way, brother.
That it has not been the community coming for an ask.
Mm-mm.
If it was a community, it would be a different place. Even when you had the flavor between SNCC and the movement, all that good stuff.
Right.
He told y'all, Stokely Carmichael told y'all, yeah, we had that friction, but there was that because it had to be that way and presented that way.
Right.
But as far as open wise, it was a concentrated front.
Right.
That's the
Right.
whole difference here.
Right.
And so the dynamic change, and they purposely changed it
Mm-hmm.
because if you ever come as a community, if you ever get the quote unquote Panthers and the non-violent, and if you ever get that together,
That together, brother.
bro, please, you can turn this sucker upside down.
Turn it upside down, Doc.
I'm just saying.
Mm. Tried to told you.
I'm trying to tell you about. It's simple.
And now,
It's simple.
simple matter.
Mm-hmm. That's what he said.
Just like this quote unquote war we got going on.
I thought it was a conflict.
A conflict, an escapade, whatever you want to call it.
It's a conflict.
It's
That's
a
what
war.
That's what I call it, but they call it a conflict.
It's a war because see, your president tried to get the other allies in it, and they were like, "No, bro, this your war. You started it."
Can I do it, Jay?
Yes, sir.
Can I do it, Jay? Can I say what he really said?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hell no,
No,
shot it.
shout it. We ain't
Hell
finna do
no,
that.
shot it.
We ain't finna do that.
We ain't down like that, shout it. That boy, that was a pimp slap right there, boy. That was a pimp slap.
No, shout it.
Hell no, shout it.
Especially China. China was like, what?
They get their oil from Iran.
Exactly.
China,
Matter of
hell
fact, they
no.
make their money from Iran.
Bruh, please. Again. Hell no, shout it.
Oh, it's
Mm.
an excursion. It's an excursion.
Okay.
It ain't a war, it's an excursion.
Oh, it's an excursion, all right.
It's an excursion.
It's an excursion, all right.
Because he in trouble,
Your
Doc.
monkey tail.
He's in trouble, Doc.
Hmm?
He in trouble.
Oh, trouble ain't the word, but
Yes, sir. Yes.
trouble ain't the word.
First of all, let's go
But,
to the cost of this. Let's
like you
go
said,
to-
man, he done.
Yeah, he done told his draws right here.
Don't do that.
Mm.
Don't
Yeah.
do that. Don't do that.
He done it.
But you gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. Cost of the war. Here we go.
Yeah.
We are not winning this war in Iran. We went in guns blazing without a plan, and Iranian leadership was ready for us. And they are currently destroying American military bases across the Middle East at such an incredible scale that I don't think we understand the magnitude of the loss. The American military bases in Bahrain and Kuwait and Qatar and Saudi Arabia are among the largest military facilities in the world. These bases have cost us trillions of dollars over multiple decades to build. It has been a huge amount of our military spending over 30 years, and it's just going up in smoke. We've lost radars that cost hundreds of millions of dollars, including one Iran took out that was $1 billion at the most fortified U.S. base in the Middle East with a single missile. A radar that was the backbone of all of our missile defense systems in the Gulf. It's really bad. I'm not sure our military has ever suffered this kind of destruction, but we've also never had such unprepared, unserious, piss-poor leadership before either. The new statistic is this war is costing us $1 billion a day. That's about $42 million an hour, $11,000 a second. And while this administration is telling us we are kicking ass and they're putting out their high-end America fuck yeah propaganda, in the background, they are summoning defense firms to the White House for emergency meetings and asking for more money for the Department of War. After getting an extra $120 billion a year from the big beautiful bill, these people are already asking for another $50 billion. Our military budget is already $1 trillion a year. Where is this money going? Right down the toilet, that's where. Did you vote for this? Do you want this? Or do you maybe want, a living wage and healthcare and to be able to afford a home in a safe and secure nation? We're not winning. The US and Israel have powerful bombs that can blow up buildings. But as we know now, most of Iran's military infrastructure and weapons are deep underground where we can't get at them. And it appears that Russia and China are sitting on the sidelines just feeding top-tier satellite intelligence directly to the Iranian government and just tracking our every move. We've started something we have no chance of finishing. We don't have an unlimited supply or an infinite arsenal. We don't even seem to have a goal. The question is, how long do we do this? We're a week in. How much of our resources are we going to spend? And do we plan to add our children's lives to the mix? When asked if we could expect violence on our own shores from this, Trump was like, well, maybe. It's war. That happens. Come on. This war was unnecessary and ill-planned and will not make our country or the world more safe and prosperous. We are not winning. All we are doing is bankrupting ourselves while we create even more enemies and ruin our position in the world. You want to talk about waste, fraud, and abuse? Well, here it is.
That is waste, fraud, and abuse. $1 billion a day.
Now, what could you do with $1 billion a day, Jay?
A day?
Bro, what could you do with it, Mike?
Just give me one day. I just want one day.
He said, just give me one day, Mike.
Just one.
I'll show you.
$11 million an hour?
Yeah.
Just give me an hour. But you got the nerve to sign an executive order to start a fraud task force? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then right, you start a fight. You start a fight.
Again, those are supposed to take care of that. But anyway, you see what it is.
But you start a fight that you have no plan for.
No.
This is ridiculous.
This dude, bruh, said in his own press conference he was having, this dude said that Iran would start attacking, its neighbors and stuff like this, and he said nobody expected that. We didn't see that coming. Nobody told you in that war room, if we shoot over there, these cats might not start shooting all the other targets that they got in mind. Nobody told you that.
They told him.
They told you, I could tell that.
Yeah.
But again, you have somebody again who has no idea what, again, international affairs are. You have somebody again who has Netanyahu, and they got some videos, and some tapes.
Yeah.
They have not been, and some files that have not been redacted.
Is that the Epstein Files?
I'm trying to tell you, boy. When Trump pulled out the seat
Mm.
for Netanyahu. When that man pulled out the seat from for another man,
Yes, sir.
if that didn't single y'all that something was up, I don't know what to tell you. Because I've never seen a man pull out a chair
No,
for a
no,
man.
no.
Unless you roll that way. Now, I mean, if that's you, roll with it. But
But brother, the word in the world is
mhm.
that your boy got those files, and he holding them files over Trump's head,
um,
and says, "Now, you either go to war with us, or we gonna release every bit of these files on you and your people."
uh, exactly. It's
Yeah.
it's 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 known that Epstein was again an Israeli intelligence agent. That is a
Yes.
known fact. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So this is not something you're making up.
Yes,
This
sir.
is a known fact. This cat was an Israeli intelligence agent. He
Agent.
was a plant.
Yes.
So therefore,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If if just a few, and they said they released all of them. No, you ain't. If just a
Mm-mm.
few of these documents begin to start floating around, and all these resignations start happening,
Man.
when a prince of a whole new different country can get put in exile. I mean, pick one. So you are seeing with just a few of what
Right.
these things have the capacity to do, man. Can you imagine if the real deal came out? The ones that you haven't redacted, you know.
Mm.
I'm just saying. So yeah, I'm
Mm.
telling you, man, that these folks, there's something in those files that they do not want the general public to find out, especially the one that's sitting in that office.
Oh yeah.
Because he was saying, the interview asked him, would you release these files? He said yes. You release these files? He said yes. When they asked about Epstein's file, he said, we want to make sure that we want to protect the innocent victims. Okay, really?
Really?
I
Want to be
mean,
sure that we protect the felon that's sitting.
that part right there, bro. That part right there. You all of a sudden your tone changed. It was a
Yeah.
ball. It was
Yeah.
a ball.
Mm.
So
My
again,
my.
I mean, you believe what you want. I mean, like old folks say, you gonna believe me, your lying eyes. I mean, which what you gonna believe? So it's coming to a point now, man. Where yeah, you're saying these folks will do whatever they have to do
Right.
to keep you in dark as long as they can to get what they want. And for Netanyahu to say this is again a war he has prayed for 40 years,
40 years.
40 years, and no other president has went to this length outside of two dummies, Bush
Bush and Trump.
and Trump. That's all I'm saying. The Muslims did some dirt, but them two there, okay. And you see what Bush is.
Yeah.
Okay, you have never heard from that man once he left office.
He in the bushes.
I'm
Doc.
trying to show you,
He
but
ain't trying to get out either.
he ain't trying to be found, man.
No.
This man, I mean, when he came out, you have not seen this brother,
No.
haven't heard from him.
He may
He,
pop up every once in a while.
but that's it.
But
Has
that's it.
has not said nothing about all this drama. Nothing.
No.
So what does that tell you? I'm just
Mm.
saying. What does that tell you? That's all I'm saying, man. What does that tell you? When you're in this kind of predicament, and again, they keep throwing this word around war. Well, you telling me that only Congress can declare war. So why in the name of goodness do you hear this term war being quoted by everybody? The war in Iran, the war in Iran. Where are we at war or an excursion or conflict?
Well, see, Doc, they're thinking that if they can pull a couple of allies in, then they're gonna jump off World War III.
That's what they want.
That's what they want.
That's what they want.
That's why China said, hell to the no. We're not doing that. That's why Russia said, oh, you want us? Oh,
Yeah,
no, we're
no.
not doing that.
Plus, we're not your ally.
Yeah.
So
No, we're not your ally. We already got our fight over here with
with Ukraine,
Ukraine.
so yeah, we got our
So
hands full.
what we need with another fight.
and oil is not our problem. So
Mm-mm. It ain't our problem.
yeah, it ain't our problem. So
Mm-mm.
what? So
So what?
again, the only one that has a naval fleet that could possibly do anything as it relates to Iran
Hmm.
is, like you said, China.
Yeah.
And China, like you said, they get your oil and your money from Iran. So why am I gonna fight somebody who I profit from?
And Doc, China get paid $1.3 million a day off that. Why are they gonna mess with that?
And I'm gonna blow it up in the water? Really?
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna blow it in the water just because you said so. After you done slapped the tariff on me for 120%,
Exactly.
then you're gonna turn around and say you
Then
need
turn
me?
around and say, "You want me
Oh,
to help you?"
okay.
Okay.
Make
Okay.
it make sense. I just
Mm.
I'm
My-
just saying, dude, you can't make this stuff up, boy. I mean, God dang. So if you're looking at it from whatever standpoint you want to, it shows again you're in this. The Marines now they've been deployed over there. So you got 2,500 Marines on standby to hit the ground whenever they say go. But again,
But you
is
don't want to hit the ground.
you
You
no,
do not want to hit the ground.
they don't.
Cause them boys over there,
Afghan showed you.
nah, mm-mm,
Iraq showed you.
mm-mm,
You,
mm-mm.
you fought over there for 20 plus years, and where are we with that?
And you still didn't win that one.
That part.
Mm-mm.
And so again, they've told you the reason why they don't want boots on the ground because again, the only thing that America is good at this point
Right.
is a conflict by proxy, and
Proxy.
that is your bombing. That's that's
That's it.
that's
That's
it.
it.
When you're
That's it.
talking about hand to hand combat, especially over there, you ain't ready for that, player.
Iran don't have no nuclear weapons.
No,
They don't have any.
no,
So this lie talking about we going over there to destroy all their nuclear weapons,
no.
no.
But what they do have
Hmm.
is people who believe in Allah.
Allah, and we'll die for Allah.
When they say Allah Akbar, they mean that.
They mean that, die.
I'm trying,
Hmm.
trust me, I know they mean that. And this is
That's
not
why they
about
can put a bomb on a child and think nothing less.
and think none of it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so you're thinking about a whole new different ideology here. And again, all jokes aside and the good stuff, you
Right.
need to really deal with what's happening here. You have a whole different ideology on this. When and then again at the offshoot of this, you're going to bomb a school and kill 160 some plus girls, children, on the onslaught of this, and then call it on quote unquote bad intelligence or try to blame it on the Iranians. So off the shoot, man, do you can you imagine the rage that somebody's feeling
Right.
n-
Right.
toward you because of someone else's ignorance and stupidity? So
Hmm.
again, all jokes aside and all the plan aside, you're dealing with real lives, real consequences, and you're dealing again with a psychology that you don't understand.
You don't understand.
You have no clue what this is.
Mm-mm.
And so when you take it to that level and you don't understand it,
Right.
you're going to have a lot of, again, collateral damage, which is
Hmm.
happening now. But also, again, this is something that those who want this, they want to perpetuate this violence and this hatred and this conflict. They have to perpetuate that because that's the only way you make your money. That's the only way you have any kind of control.
That's right.
Is you keep all this confusion going on that nobody has a time to live.
Right.
I mean, look what you're doing to Cuba.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
shut down a whole nation because of your ignorance. And the thing about it is, I don't even blame Trump.
Mm-mm.
I don't look at Rubio. You
Yeah.
are a Cuban American. Them your people.
Them
you
your
know,
people.
them your people.
You go do
So,
your people wrong.
and Jay, that right there, for you to know that this is what you're doing to your people,
Your
and
own
you
people.
your own people, and nothing in your mind registers that someone is suffering over there because of the stupidity of this nation.
Right.
You got folks dying, having no food, having all these different difficulties just because of somebody else's whims. And you can sit up there and throw all this rhetoric out and have no kind of recourse in your mind that this here is unnecessary.
Right.
So at some point in all these things, you have to look at who all is there and recognize that this is not a person. This is an ideology. This is a
Yeah.
philosophy.
Yes.
This is a mindset
Mindset, Doc.
that will find its way into any head that will let it sit in there,
Yeah.
which means it will continue until you deal with that mindset and that psychology. And then if you don't, you're going to continue to have this.
Right.
You got midterms coming up, and you got people in that race because, again, Lindsey Graham is up for reelection.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with all the BS ooh, thank you, Lord, for taking that out of my mouth. All the BS that man has said,
Yeah.
and you put him back in there,
Mm-hmm.
then don't.
Don't.
I'm telling you, man, you get what you get.
Yeah.
And I'm under persuasion. I have to make this up in my mind. Is that if God ever decides, whatever you all get, that's what you signed up for.
That's what you signed up for. That's it.
And so whatever happens in that mix,
Mm-hmm.
we all got to be cool with it.
Yeah.
Because again, this is what your country signs up for.
Yes.
You can say
Yeah.
what you want to say. And until again, everybody who's in this mix has a wake up moment and say, what this is going on here is totally unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
You're killing folks just because you can. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There was no reason to go over there.
No.
None. If,
None.
if if those folks want to deal with that the way they're dealing with it, let them. What democracy are you bringing to Iran? You didn't bring it to Iraq or Afghanistan.
Right.
Taliban got that.
Taliban.
You created ISIS.
Yeah.
This- so I mean, what?
Well,
It,
you thought you were gonna do the same thing to them that you did to Venezuela.
because your
And
plan
and,
is
and they said, oh no,
no.
you're not doing that over here. I don't care how strong you think your military is. And that's the illusion
That part.
of the American supremacy military. It's illusion. It's
It
not,
is.
it's not real.
No.
And that's why now other countries are calling you bluff now. That's why they ain't coming to help you.
Yeah.
Because they say y'all been bluffing us all these years. And we now see the bluff.
Because you've created this,
You created it.
you know, and
Yeah.
and you're here. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm telling you, man, your this generation behind us, if we're
Yeah.
still here, you got some stuff you're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, that's why I can't, and I don't want to get it because we over time. That's why I can't stand what's happening now inside these churches. You're having
Mm.
conversations that's a bunch of BS.
BS.
And I want to say my other word, but that's what that is,
Yeah, it is.
And to talk about talking about this stuff when you are not addressing why Target exists the way it does.
Right.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to come to grips and come to reality check. And if you don't do it, like tomorrow,
Right.
it's going to come to you. It's going to come to your doorstep. And then what you going to do? Because again, you can't create. And again, a smarter man said this
Mm-hmm.
years before I said it.
Mm-hmm.
He told you if you live by the sword,
Mm-hmm. You die by it.
be not marked. Whatever you sow,
You shall reap.
that's what the man told you.
That's what the man told you.
So how it comes, when it comes, that ain't your call.
Right.
That's the whole point. You think that you can call that. No, you
No,
can't,
you can't. No,
you
you
know?
can't.
And so, yeah, there is going to be a reaping of this. Yes, there's going to be a sword that comes with this because that's what you're doing.
Right.
And you have to, whoever's in the circle in the conversation, all of us, you have to accept that is a reality.
That's the reality. That's it.
That is the reality.
That's it.
So you better get involved quick.
Got to.
Just
Quickly.
say, just say.
Quickly. Because now you got them. You got them going out to veterans, asking them to get in this fight, and they're gonna give them a $30,000 bonus
Exactly.
for getting into the fight of Iran because they need quote unquote more bodies.
Okay.
No, mm-mm.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Just like you told boys, like you told your boys with ICE, sign on, you get $50,000 bonus. What they don't tell you is that bonus comes in time. You got
Time,
to,
time,
you don't get
time,
it right
brother.
off the rip,
Yeah, time,
you know. And
time.
so it's all a game.
Yeah,
And you don't have the cards to play this game, and they know it.
right.
So
Mm.
the air don't care who fights it. You still gonna lose.
You still gonna lose.
Still gonna lose.
Uncommon Sense, the Uncommon Sense podcast with Jay Green and also Michael B. Wright Sr. Man, we just bringing the truth to the light, and
Trying to.
we trying to, and we tell you what it is, because we don't want you to get caught off guard. But if you don't listen to us now, hey, it's all on you. Until next week, Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m.